Hello and welcome back to Desmin's Creek. Last time, the party received their new orders, in which they were to go to the In-Between, a somewhat dangerous layer between the known and carefully curated tunnels of the city of Volinar and the Underdark itself, an area that is very, aesthetically similar to the Underdark, growing wild both in flora and fauna, normally slightly less dangerous than the Underdark as its area is smaller, but the party has definitely stumbled upon one of the more dangerous creatures on their way to pick up a charge, a person who is being extradited from the surface to the Underdark. Along the way, they ran afoul of some rats that appear to be mind-controlling them. Upon death, they send out a psychic wave that temporarily takes control of the party member's body. And so we are jumping back into combat at the top of, I think it's the third round now. So we'll be starting with Vulcan. As they were assaulted by about 20 rats, and where's my note on this? I think you've taken down about half of them. Maybe more. Let's check here. I can find my notes on the combat. Here we are. Oh, right. Not useful. Because there were so many of them, I wasn't writing down who was alive and dead, which I really should have been doing. Okay, Oh, I just started deleting them. Okay, cool. That's grand. 1, 2, 18, and 20. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this the stupid way. Instead of writing down who's dead, I'm just gonna write down who's alive. 1.
Ari has mentioned a slight stream technical difficulty.
Oh, what's that?
Something about Discord Reactive not working.
I think that's how it started last time. Also, Discord Reactive, I didn't update because I was distracted. Give me a moment. Stupid dumb. Luckily that's a minor one, but let's see if this fixes it.
I didn't want to interrupt you
1, 2,
because you
3,
were...
4, 5. Interesting, but not everybody's appearing on it. Let's just do a quick properties refresh. Oh, that's super cool. What? Oh no, that's right. There we go. That fixed it.
Yeah, there we go.
For a bare moment there, I thought it had broken so badly that it had shifted the whole Discord Reactive over to the left side of the screen because Desmin's face appeared over there, and I was very upset very briefly. And then I went, "Oh wait, no, that's the character card."
Yeah.
I like the character cards. It was. I misinterpreted it for a second, but I think they're really cool. I like they include the character's face now. Anyway, sorry. Right, so 1, 2, 18, 20 are alive. Looks like 12, 16, 13, 15, so 12 through 16 minus 14. Up. Oh, no, that's not the right page. There it is. 12. 13. 15. 16. That all's left? I think that's it. I think all the others are gone. Yeah. Okay. So that's not bad. You got one through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got through more than half of them. Alright, sorry to hold up the action. Vulcan, you just got chewed on very, very badly. And you are not mind controlled. So, please tell me what you do.
Well, he's not very happy. His eyes are glowing red. He's going to use Rabbit Hop to disengage.
Alrighty. That is a bonus action, correct?
Yes, it is.
Alrighty.
And he's going to move right here.
Rabbit hop, spring. You hop about 10 feet, but you do so quickly that none of the rats can react. Neither your ally, Morrigan, can react. Or Spider. Not that you would have triggered anything with Spider.
Alright, now he's going to cast Thunder Wave.
Indeed. So, is there anything that he says or does, anything about his demeanor that you want to describe, or is it just red eyes and, cold action?
Yes. As he does it, he says, "Die, you goddamn motherfucking rats!"
Okay, let me pull up a measurement box here. Yeah. That's about correct. That look good to you?
Yep.
15 by 15 Thunder Wave. Okay, so I believe that's a Constitution saving throw from everybody inside the box, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Morrigan and Spider in addition to my 4 rats.
I miss being level 20.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure 1 and 18 failed, but 2 got a 14 total, and 20 got a 19 total. What is the DC?
Well, I assume it's just my spell save DC, which would be 15.
15. Okay, so 2 also failed, but 20 didn't. 20 succeeded.
Yes. He still takes half damage.
It still takes half damage, which still kills it. I am certain.
Yep. So it's 12 thunder damage.
Yeah, 6 is
And
more
anything
than
that fell, anything that failed is also pushed 10 feet away.
Right.
So I get rat guts blasted all over me.
Yep.
Yeah. All of these die.
We're gonna have some words after this.
I hope you had your mouth closed. If your mouth's open.
Spider, Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah, I failed.
Okay. You're going to get blasted back 10 feet. I guess technically it's over here. And then Morrigan.
Oh, you get blasted into the wall.
There is no mechanic for extra wall damage, but if you want extra wall damage, you can request it.
Good.
Do you want to be smeared across the wall for extra damage because it's cinematic?
Do you want to be a liquid?
I'm okay. I will make up a mechanic for smearing you down the wall if you want, because it's cinematic.
If it can be used on enemies later on.
I will have to write it down then. But
My vote
yeah.
is somehow based on fall damage rolls, but that's just me.
I think that makes some sense, sure. But it's like Thunderwave is an interesting thing because he's not starting from 0. He's being imparted an initial velocity. So he's not just like falling toward the wall 10 feet, so takes 1d6 extra damage. It's more like the closer he is to the wall, the more damage it would be. Because the less velocity he would have lost.
So maybe double the falling damage for however much distance you fail to travel?
That's an interesting thought. I will have to think about that. I'm going to leave it off for now. I'm going to put some thought into this because this could be interesting, and I'll come back to it, okay? And Morrigan,
Morrigan? Sorry.
No, you're correct. I was just asking that. Morrigan, did you roll a Constitution saving throw? Elisa? She's dead.
She will only be pushed back if she fails.
Oh god, she's definitely gone now. Oh, she's back.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Discord does this thing sometimes when it just disconnects me without disconnecting me.
Oh, fun. So you're sitting in the call, but nobody can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you can hear me.
Yeah, super awesome.
Yeah, no, I said that my constitution save is why we started talking about this, because I failed.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody failed. Well, I mean, two of the rats. One of the rats actually succeeded.
One of the rats succeeded, but still died.
Yeah, I was asking a lot of times, and now I realize why I didn't get an answer.
Yeah, that would be
what
why.
What was the maximum damage?
Yes,
that's
good.
12.
12.
12.
12.
Yeah. So
what type?
Thunder.
Thunder.
Oh,
and there's also another very loud boom.
Yeah, it's true. It's a very loud boom. This one doesn't shatter stone, thankfully. So, yeah, everybody who failed gets moved back 10 feet away from the target and takes 12 points of thunder damage. So that is both of you, Morrigan and Spider.
Wait, how much damage, sorry?
12. 1, 2.
Oh, yeah, you said that before.
The rats all explode into giblets and get sprayed all over Twilight. And
So it looked like to the mind-controlled people, their friends got blasted.
Their friends got blasted into gibs by a rat. It was terrifying. They really are seeking
I think
vengeance.
Desmin's just gonna be looking on in horror.
Reggie shouts, "The rats do magic. Get them."
I'm gonna need you to make a intelligence saving throw at -2.
I'm gonna make 4 of them, right?
Yes. I always ask for them one at a time, though.
Well, that's nat 20 on the first one.
Okay.
And a 21 on the second.
That's with -2?
Or, no, 19.
19, okay, still pass.
And then the third one is 22.
Okay.
And the last one is 17.
Squeaking by. Okay. You remain.
Almost might be worse to not be mind controlled right now. Reggie's gonna fucking burn me.
Okay. Did you want to use any movement now that you've done that, since you still have your movement?
Nah, I think he'll be satisfied. I don't know where he'd go.
Okay. Reggie.
He's happy that the rats are dead.
Okay. The big rat just did magic.
Big rat just did magic and
dangerous.
just blasted the shit out of your friends.
So I think that he wants to specifically target that one. It's a beefy
hell.
rat. It's taken a lot.
Yeah, it was a big
Yeah,
rat.
he's been kicking the shit at it. Now it just blasted your friends to giblets.
I think the big rat needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm not as good at those. That's only a 12.
Okay, that will not beat Reggie's spell save DC as he casts Dissonant Whispers on the big rat.
You just hear, you hear Reggie's voice in your mind, but not through your ear holes, your audio sensors. Somehow it's affecting, like, your core processing. And it sounds very unhappy.
If the big rat could take 10 psychic damage,
In 10. Ow!
and you must use your reaction, if you have it, to move as far away from me as possible.
Alright, well, I guess I'm running down the hall.
Okay.
Good luck anybody else attacking me.
1, 2, 3, 4. So this is where it gets interesting. You have 45 movement? 40. So 25. Moving
It's
there.
like 35. It's only 35.
35? Okay, well, still, that's 25 right there. Which Spider is mind controlled.
Oh, God.
Spider, you may make an opportunity attack if you wish.
This is hell.
Let's do that.
Let's
Would
do
that free Spider of mind control?
Spider's one of the mind-controlled ones on my list. It's Desmin, Morgan, Spider,
Yeah.
and Reggie.
Yeah, but you said it was only for the first action, right? Does this mean that Spider will have his action in his turn? Or is he still gonna have to attack me on?
That's a very good question, and it was something I was just debating in my head. I'm still thinking. Because I don't want to be manipulating the mechanics too much. I would like it to be kind of predictable, but it's not unreasonable to say it's just one attack whenever that attack happens. But it's also not unreasonable that it's just your mind control. Like, it's guaranteed mind control up to their turn, so that it's, like, useful in that way. What'd you get, Reggie? What'd you get, Spider?
No, I'm thinking. With that in mind, maybe if I don't take the opportunity attack, it'll keep things tidier. You're wondering about actions and opportunity attacks. If I just don't take the opportunity attack, then you only have to worry about the action.
I mean, that's true.
And we can figure it out later.
I just want to see you smack it.
Well, I can roll it just to see what would happen. If I did.
I would have hit.
I would have hit.
God, I need better armor.
See, because, like, in the first round, which was special, everybody was basically dazed. They only had the one action that they could do. There was no reactions or anything like that. But this one's different, where it takes control of you up until your turn, and then you are made to use your first action to attack. One of your, if you have multiple attack actions, has to be used against an ally. So it's kind of like, it encompasses that space in between as well. I don't know, I guess we could vote on it. We could be democratic about it. So, you know, in favor, put a 1 in chat of giving them opportunity attacks in addition to that first action. Put a 1 in chat. Against, put a 2 in chat.
I think my vote is they can take the opportunity attacks, and if it hits, then it counts, and if it misses, then they still have to take the attack action.
So it's like they get one, like, relatively guaranteed hit. Like, they could still miss on the first one, and then it's
You
gone.
can still miss. Yeah, you can still miss twice, but like.
All right, so 3 in chat, for this potential rule. 1, 2, 3.
What was 3?
3 was
Suffer.
3 was you can opportunity attack, but if it hits, then you don't have to use your attack on your turn. That ends the mind control. If it misses, then you're still mind controlled.
I'm okay with that. Guess I get
Okay.
stabbed again.
Alright, looks like 3 wins. Okay, so...
Unanimously.
so that means Spider hits with the opportunity attack, so after hitting, mind control will wear off. What is the damage to Vulcan? Spider.
11.
Damn it! He's so fucked up!
I think Rat's still there. Wait, no, I don't see him as a rat anymore, do I?
Yeah, neither of you see him as a rat. You just saw that you kicked the shit out of your friend. And he is not happy.
Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, he's just
it
like
is-
stabbed, and it's just like this. Ugh.
Yeah. Dissonant Whispers is interesting because it's specifically not forced movement, that it's designed to cause you to trigger opportunity attacks against you. Like, it's a very mean attack.
So at this point, since Vulcan is like a robotic kind of thing, is he oily and not bloody?
He's oily.
All of my magic blood is oozing out.
Wait here, where's my ping?
Yeah, I don't think there's a good way of saying that without giving people other thoughts, like oily or greasy.
Greasy. Desmond, Morgan, Spider, and Reggie. Okay, so Twilight, you're just watching your allies.
Sludgy.
you're now watching
I
your
imagine-
allies kick the shit out of each other right in front of you.
I like to imagine that his blood's kind of like a glowing blue substance.
Oh gosh. Neat, but oh
Interesting.
gosh.
Desmond's just like shouting, yeah, kick that spider's ass! Or not spider, I mean rat, not spider.
Yeah. Me?
Like, turn my rat blown spider in a little wall.
All right, Reggie, you used your attack. It was excellent. What do you do with the rest of your turn now that you have your mind back?
Okay. I see that Vulcan is very hurt, and I'm just like, I think he needs some help. I give Vulcan a bardic inspiration.
He looks at you with.
Get the rats!
You can feel
He
the
gives you a
burning
thumbs up.
hatred in his red eyes.
Hatred in his red eyes.
Reggie does not register this.
35 takes you all the way to the
I
collapse.
think it would be ironic if we have to hurt each other to help each other.
That would be ironic. Punching somebody who's mind controlled breaks them free of it. Can always test that theory.
So that is a D8 for you on whatever roll you want it to get added to.
Okay.
That's Reggie's turn.
All right, Morrigan.
Yeah, I did not get an attack of opportunity, so I still see Vulcan as a rat.
You still see Vulcan as an enemy. You also see
but
Twilight
closer,
and Spider.
Twilight is an enemy.
Twilight and Spider are enemies.
Right, Spider stabbed the
Right.
rat as you ran by, and suddenly he became a rat.
Yeah. It does not have to obey any logic.
No.
Your mind fills in whatever logical gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, I had planned my next move against the rats, and the thing is that I'm just gonna have to stick with that. Just that now the rats aren't rats. Oh well, like, yeah. So the closest one will be Twilight, then I guess.
Twilight is the closest, it's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Twilight
You
has
got this,
rat
best
guts
buddy.
all over her, so she's kind of a rat.
Yeah. So the thing is, I know that these rats are fucking hard to hit. They're just
They are.
flopping in and out. So I'm going to use the thing that can't miss.
Using things that can't miss is always good in a situation like this.
So I'm magic missiling Twilight.
A truly excellent solution, if only you had the right targets.
If only. I suppose that enough, like, punching of each other in the face, about the head and shoulders, has occurred here that one could be simply trying to stop their friends from fighting each other, even if you don't know the target of the spell. So, I mean, I don't know, if somebody's got a reaction and a counter spell, I guess I would open the floor to say, I mean, one could argue that you don't know who she's going to attack, and maybe you don't want to risk it.
I don't have counterspell. My 3rd level spell is Speak with Plants. Not as helpful in this situation. But I bet those mushrooms over there have interesting
Mushrooms aren't
comments.
plants, Sam, they're fungus.
Look, I feel like for
As far as that
Reggie, at
spell is
least,
concerned, they're plants.
Speak with Plants works with
He's
mushrooms.
a mushroom guy.
Plant, like mungus, like mushroom people are plant creatures.
Interesting. The game is wrong, but alright.
It doesn't differentiate.
It doesn't
between
differentiate,
an
but-
entirely different phylum.
There's a separate 3rd level spell, Speak with Fungus.
Alright, so, in the absence of
Wait,
anybody
is there really?
counterspelling
Oh.
Morrigan, Morrigan, please roll damage against Twilight, who cannot avoid magic missiles.
Okay. Yeah. So magic missile is just the damage.
Yeah, it's a 1d4 plus 1 per dart,
Yeah.
and first level casting is 3 darts. Plus 1 dart per level up.
Yeah, I think I would do a first level. Do I have a second level? I do.
Do like
I'll
So I
have
should
my
use
headset
it
on,
as
but I'll
second.
be right back.
okay,
But no, I'm gonna do the first level, which is 3, you said.
okay.
Yeah.
Are all 3 darts gonna go at Twilight? Remember, you can pick different targets.
Yeah, but I'm sending one at a time to see if it knocks them out. And I
That's-
assume that.
That's not how it works.
That's how Eldritch Blast works, not Magic Missile. Magic Missile you pick all
Oh.
up front.
Oh, you have to choose up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, in that case, I would choose different targets because in like looking at these as if they are the rats. Morgan noticed they're hard to hit but fall quickly, so she would aim magic missiles at different targets.
Right, figuring they have low HP, can kill multiple with one
Yeah.
go. It's a really good way to do it. So, who are your
You know that the one rat has taken a lot of hits and it's not dead yet. You might not want to
Yeah,
waste one on
can
him. And that's
I guess I can hit him. Yeah, I might step like 5 or 10 meters to the side, or feet to the side, and if I can see him from here. But it will be like
I don't think there's
More-
anybody in the party you can't see. Maybe Desmin, but no, I think you can see a Desmin as well. Yeah, I think you can see the
Okay,
entire
well,
party.
okay. So well, I would then aim at the closest one. So I would aim at
All
maybe
3 of your
Twilight.
nearby friends, Twilight, Vulcan, and
Yes.
Spider.
Yes.
Okay. So please, you can either roll damage collectively or you can roll damage individually. That is 1d4 plus 1. So if it's collective, it would just be 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, I'll do it individually. It's more fun.
Okay. Then,
Damage is different based on which one gets it.
true.
Dice rolls.
At least it's not much damage. Okay. So that's 3 for Twilight.
Woo!
Didn't hit again.
2 for Spider.
Please don't max on Vulcan.
No, but they get the most one. 4 for Vulcan.
God, really? It's so hurt. It's so fucking hurt.
And then she would be surprised that I didn't fall. Like, huh, these rats are bulkier.
And then they wouldn't be rats anymore. Vulcan sends a death glare at you as well.
Just
I-
everyone
Or maybe
has
the
that
rats,
Vulcan.
when they get hit, make you think that they're your friends afterwards, so you don't hit them again. Maybe it's rats all the way down.
Well, as soon as they hit, I assume they then transform back to the normal.
Yeah,
Tristan?
but do you know if it was just the rats now changed into your friends? You might have to try again.
Yeah, but like that's relevant whether I see the death glare or not.
Yes, after you use your attack, you're back to normal. So you see the death glare.
So I have a quick question for Tristan.
Yeah, I think Tristan might have gone AFK because he's silent.
And I heard his
Maybe on the grab
phone
food or
ring,
something.
which was probably food, yeah.
Ah, yeah, probably just getting delivery then.
Dealing with a food thing, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
We knew it.
Well, I'm gonna at least ask my questions so you can mull it over while dealing with the food thing. Uncanny Dodge says I can half damage on an attack that I can see. Let me get through the attack thing. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction half the attack's damage against you. Is that assuming it's an attack roll, or is that any type of damage?
You sure it was any type of damage when I had it? Because I could apply it to like spells.
Neat.
Of course, if you use your reaction to do that, you wouldn't have been able to stab me. So you can't.
I didn't stab you. I'm still friendly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If I had been an
Forgetting
enemy,
whose
you would have taken more
characters
damage
do.
from both me and him, because we would have both had sneak attack.
Yeah, sorry, I was forgetting who you're both. You're both those.
So, assuming it's legal to use, I'll half the 3 damage to 1, since I don't think those rats are going to get to me with a physical attack before my next turn.
I do suppose I never did test it on like a magic missile. Even the ones that used before were ones that were like spell saves.
Conversations that I was seeing Googling things seem to lean towards if there's an attack roll, you can uncanny dodge it, but Magic Missile doesn't have an attack roll, which would mean that you couldn't.
Yes, which I
But if
think is
it's a
probably how it's
spell
written,
save.
but I also think that Jacob is correct. Recall him like using it on fireballs and things in the past. But whatever the ruling is going forward, I'm fine with it. Just want to make sure I know when I can or can't apply
Yeah.
it.
Given the number of rogues in the party, that seems a
Yeah,
useful
it's
thing for
a
us
it's an
to-
important thing to iron out early, since most of us will have it. I especially don't mind right now, since the difference between of 2 points of damage. It's not like it's going to kill me.
Yeah, but it's good to have like the decision on so that we know going forward.
I'd also be fine if Magic Missile just has an exception, because you can't dodge Magic Missile. Like, that's
I
the
do
thing.
feel like-
That's what it does.
I do feel like we did it so I could dodge on like fireballs and stuff, but from what I'm reading online, it seems like normally that no, it doesn't work on anything that requires a saving throw.
Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah, so that's
we've come to.
Tristan's choice.
But so, Morgan, you shot your magic missiles at the 3 people. Did you do the damage for all 3 of them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else? So now that you've shot magic missile, you get your mind back. The mind control wears off, and you can see that you have attacked your teammates. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
Just back up 5 feet.
Back
and
up
put
5
my
feet.
axe up.
Okay.
Fuck is going on? Anyone speak up? prove you are who you are. Something is messing with us.
The rats over here start chittering. Alright, you back up 5 feet, you draw your axe, and you ask them to speak. Anything else?
No.
No. Alright. Al, are you back?
I've always been here. I was just downstairs grabbing a snack. But what's up?
Alright. You are not mind controlled. I think
No, I am not.
You are not mind controlled.
When
You
it's
do
just
have-
Desmin.
For Al's turn, do we want to have that conversation about uncanny dodge?
Yeah. So my question to Nutrition was, from what we recall, Jacob was able to use uncanny dodge against like saves and things in the past, like in the last campaign. But from what we've looked at, I think it's just been to be used against attack rolls. So, which do you like? What way do you want it to function? Because
I mean,
if I can use it
I
against
think
the
that I
magic missile,
want
I
to
will.
go by the book as much as possible, just because then I don't have to worry about unbalancing things. So if I did it wrong in the last campaign, I apologize.
Yep, no worries. Just wanted to make sure before I tried to reduce health damage if I couldn't.
Okay. So, yeah, uncanny dodge, according to the rules as written, says it's just for attack rolls. They hit AC, then that is what we'll run.
It's not that explicit. It says attacks from attackers you can see, but because it kept saying the word attacks, people generally assume attack rolls.
Yeah, normally, because there's attacks and spell attacks. It's something that hits AC, generally. Let me just do a quick look at my own here. Uncanny dodge.
If it says attacks, then I too assume that it means attack rolls and not saves. Because usually they specify when saves are included.
Yeah, that is correct. That is what I believe as well.
What is the
Attacker
consensus
usually
of
hits
the
you with an
internet?
attack. You can use a reaction to have the damage against you. Yeah, that would be attacks, not saves. I agree with that.
Yeah, but Magic Missile has neither. Magic Missile is just hit.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, but it would still fall in, like if it's applied to saves, it would just apply to basically any loss of health.
Okay. Right. But this was not an attack. There was no AC striking. This is an undodgeable thing.
Correct. So,
It's
yeah.
specifically
so my
made
reaction
so, like,
took full damage.
Wall of Force and Shield are like the things that are supposed to stop Magic Missile and nothing else.
Yep, all good. Just want to make sure I had the proper numbers noted down here.
Okay. Alrighty. Al.
Hi.
You have 2 rats next to you, 3 more rats nearby surrounding Desmin, and you just watched Reggie inspire Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan ran away, and then Reggie inspired him. Like, this is the sequence of events, and that's all.
That's all that happened, obviously.
Nobody saw or heard anything else. Also,
I mean,
Spider attacked.
Vulcan was the only one that heard the whispers.
Yeah. Spider attacked Vulcan as he ran by. And then Spider, Vulcan, and Twilight were all attacked with a magic missile from Oregon. You could see all of that happen. So your friends appear to be attacking each other for some reason. All of this happened after Vulcan thunderwaved everybody over there.
Yeah, but then also Morgan shouted that thing after it.
Yeah,
And, like, speak up, like, identify yourselves, basically.
true. She did shout that something's going on, everybody identify yourselves. And then the rats started chittering loudly.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. How far away is Desmond?
Like 10 feet.
10 feet.
Or
Okay.
five. Well,
yeah, I mean, if
guess-
you move 5 feet, you'll be adjacent to
Technically 5
him.
feet. Yeah.
Well, my thing was, I didn't. I didn't want to, like, say I knocked an arrow at, and shot at one of the rats if he was relatively close, but,
Still there. I mean, so there's a rat directly behind you. You are adjacent to an enemy, so if you try to shoot an arrow, you will be at disadvantage because you're threatened.
yeah. That's also why. I am just gonna use my dagger
Okay.
and do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Bow is in your offhand anyway, so you don't need to do any maneuvering of weapons about. You just pull the dagger out of wherever you stuck the sheath and stab something.
Sweet. Bear with me, I'm trying to get my dice out of its container.
Erm. Sorry, there was a redeem earlier, and I've been waiting to get to it, but it's been a while, taken a while to get there. Wow.
So,
I haven't been able to pay enough attention to chat either. Oh, luckily my players are. Thank you, players.
that's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit is going to hit this little rat. So I'm going to say it's probably the one closer to you, so, unless you want to hit the one between you and Reggie instead, there are two. They're both adjacent to you. One is also adjacent to Reggie.
I'll go for the one in between Reggie and I.
Alright, it's not necessary, but it does give you sneak attack.
Cool.
This thing's dead anyway.
I was gonna say, do you want me to roll it? Because I
mean-
can roll it.
What's your base damage?
Base damage with my plus?
Yeah, it's like 4, you have 3d6s, so it's like 8 base damage, like if you added nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or rolled all ones. Yeah, that's enough to kill this thing anyway.
Okay. Okay.
We don't need to roll it.
I'm not gonna bother.
Okay. 12 is down, and then there were 4.
This is like, no, Reggie!
What?
The rat squeaks at you indignantly. Alright, do you want to move at all? There's still a rat next to you, which would opportunity if you moved away, but you can, maneuver around.
Is this dim light or?
I mean,
No.
with the fact that almost everybody in the party has dark vision and the area has a lot of glowing mushrooms in it, I've been just running it as though we're in bright light.
That's fine. I was gonna see if I could shadow step, but that's fine.
I mean, yeah. I guess for those purposes, it's probably dim light, sure. Does anybody
Reggie
in the
would have
party...
a torch, because Reggie does not have dark vision.
She does not.
Or he would have some means of light.
Okay.
So,
it makes sense.
that's
and
probably
you would
close
have had
enough
the
to
chance to take that out well before the combat.
Yeah, that would have been like as soon as we left the tunnel.
Right. So in order
Or
to
tunnel,
shadow
so-
step, you would have to move at least 1 square further away from Reggie, since he's got 10 feet of bright light around him.
I see.
And
Okay.
so you can move to either of these squares here without triggering an opportunity attack, which would satisfy that. So do you want to move and then shadow step?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else with your turn besides the attack?
I am all set, thank you.
Okay. Then, there are but 4 rats left. They are not too pleased. I think the one... Let's go in numerical order, shall we? So that makes 13 first. So...
Unlikely any of them will be attacking me this time.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Reggie, you're no longer mind-controlled, which means you are a primary target.
Ow.
Everybody else gets their heels nipped.
Get the fuck off
Couldn't
of
hit
me.
Desmond.
Does a
Hit the
22
shit out of me.
hit?
A 22, shockingly, does hit Reggie, whose AC is 12.
It's 4 points of non-magical piercing damage as these tiny rat teeth poke into you.
Okay.
Ow.
Fucking burn you all.
I
That is a 15 on AC.
That will also
that
hit.
meat.
That meets. So that is 4 points of non-magical piercing damage as this little rat squeaks as it runs along the ground over around you and then turns and bites you in the ankle. Allie.
Al is going to look incredibly pissed off.
Mm-hmm. The next one runs around you to the other side, seemingly trying to cut off your escape, and makes a bite attack at you, scoring a 21. 4 points. Non-magical piercing.
No. No.
No. Are you going to?
No.
Are you going to
Cyber
uncanny
check
dodge
your
this one?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right. If you have access to uncanny dodge, then it'll just be 2 points.
Okay. Okay.
Right? That halves it. I read that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ari's just disappointed.
Have the damage
That's
against
all.
her. Yeah. 2 points. It was only 4. Half is still 2. And then 17 from
I'm gonna
number 16.
scream.
Has a
This is how I felt.
I'm going to have a monumental crash out.
Behold a swan.
You've got a rat attached to each ankle, and this one just bites you right in the ass. 4
Son
points.
of a Man!
The rats just want everybody to have a tail.
What's half of 27?
Half of 27, 13.
I'm almost fucking bloody.
Yeah.
At least you're not very bloody like
10 points of damage. It was 10 points of damage. It's fine. I'm sure that Desmond won't add to the problem. Twilight, you're up.
Yay! Alright.
All the rats over here seem to be dead. All the remaining rats seem to be having a field day on Al.
I'm well aware that the rats over here are dead. I'm still drinking most of them.
You didn't close your mouth, did you?
It is closed, but I cannot really respond to Morgan because I'm not drinking whatever is on my face. So, I guess I'll try and sign to her for a second as they begin to pass by. But, oh wait, no, she doesn't know sign language. Doesn't matter. So let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25... if I move to this square, will I have line of sight on this one and the other one without any cover or anything?
Allies don't grant cover, and Reggie is back to being your ally, so you can see all 4 enemies right now, no problem.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and throw a dagger at this guy.
Alright, throw a dagger at this guy.
Does a 21 hit?
21 hits.
One moment while I grab my d4.
I'm still salty.
Does 8 points of damage kill it?
8 points of damage does in fact kill it. I need you to
All
make
right,
an
I
intelligence
specifically
saving
did
throw.
not use sneak attack on that one because I was hoping that with the base modifier it would die.
Okay.
So that I still have it for the other ones.
Uh-huh.
So bonus action, throw the second dagger.
I'm afraid that first you have to make this check.
Oh, check. Okay.
It's a saving throw, intelligence.
That way you get the sneak attack on your friend now.
Potentially, I suppose.
Damn
I
rogue
believe I
shot me in
got
the
a-
ass.
Let me go double check my bonus does. I got a 22. So roll a 20.
22 succeeds. Your mind is still your own. Bonus action.
So I did use my inspiration for that because it was originally a 4.
4 would not have succeeded.
Would have been hilarious though if you had saved your sneak attack and got mind control.
So that 4 is back.
Sneak
Let's see what the total
Reggie.
is. I don't suppose an 11 hits?
An 11 will not hit.
Worth a try. I also use a free action to draw one more dagger, so I only have one in hand at the moment. but
Okay. You
it's better
got
than
your
nothing.
whip is in the other hand, is that correct?
No, the whip got left behind, so I had to drop it to draw a dagger and
So you
so I
two-
could start trying to two-weapon attack.
Gotcha, right. That makes sense. That rings bells, I mean to say. Okay.
It's over by the rock pile.
Okay.
I think Vulcan's standing on it, actually.
Possibly. Any further movement? Anything else? You used your action and bonus action and part of your movement.
Yeah, that was 30 feet of movement, action, bonus action, and free action. I think I've used literally everything possible except reaction.
Good job. You get a medal. Des Spider. Spider's turn.
Des Spider.
Is the metal a dagger
Yeah, it's dagger shaped.
in like inside them? Just stab.
Yeah, you see
Is
the
that a
daggers in your
knife?
hair on the stream? That's metal.
I can tell by the way it's stabbing me. Alright, Spider. You got your mind back. Right after
I
getting
can
thunder
move
waved.
Up beside Reggie. Is 14 still alive?
14 is still alive, yes.
I'd like to move up beside.
Everybody's got so much movement.
Got so much movement. I can move up beside him and I can attack this dude.
This dude here.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
get sneak attack.
Oh yeah, that is true. So many rogues in this party. Who would have thought that when I created a campaign about being like shady underworld crime syndicate, you'd all be rogues?
That is a. Let me just double check. I believe it's a 19. That is
I just
a
wanna
19
remind-
to hit.
We'll get the reminder in a second. What was that, Spider?
19.
19 will hit. Roll damage. What do you want to remind us, Al? Ari?
I was just saying, I did not have to be a rogue. You could have told me no.
I didn't want to tell anybody no. I wanted people to be what they wanted to be. I don't have a problem with there being 3 rogues. I was just commenting that there's a lot of rogues in this party. And then I was saying, of course there's a lot of rogues in this party. I made the setting conducive to rogues.
Touche.
I got 14 magical piercing.
14 magical piercing. I mean, this rat is just tough as nails. Like, you're really impressed. It dies, but, like... This rat is definitely dead. Intelligence saving throw, please. As the rat bursts under the weight of your blade.
19.
A 19. Your mind is still your own as the wave of psychic pressure rolls over you. Desmin, your mind is not your own. You have seen your allies getting killed and pushed around and exploded, and by these rats. It's wild and terrible. There's just so many rats. There's so many rats. You have so few friends left.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say that, everybody basically going rogues was the complete opposite of what I had suggested of going all clerics.
It is the exact opposite of that. Almost spitefully so. And secondarily...
secondly,
you go ahead.
Yes, I see, I have, 2 allies left.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming one of them is Al, and the other one is, I guess maybe Spider.
They are whoever your mind chooses them to be.
And I'm just like, don't worry, Al and Spider. We'll avenge our partners. And then...
And thirdly, we're gonna need the day is mine, apparently.
No, don't worry. There will be at some point there will be a new catchphrase for Desmond.
And he runs up and smacks Reggie in the face and screams it.
I thought we already had a catchphrase. Show me the paperwork.
But the day
No,
is mine
it
was
wasn't that
redeemed. Points were spent. Money has been exchanged.
Oh no, so I have to?
You have to.
You do?
Oh no.
It's out of my hands.
Wow.
Promise was made.
Choices being taken away from you.
You don't have
I mean,
free
that
will.
one way down the hallway is pretty hurt. So...
Where the fucking God?
I also swear to God, you hit me, you're not hearing the end of it.
You're not all the way down at the end of the hall.
Dibs.
True.
Decide if Desmond is gonna go for the one that is the most hurt, thinking that he can take it out, or go for the immediate danger that's next to him. It's a tough decision.
Either way, he's never going to hear the end of it.
True.
Betrayal by the bestie.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Rest in peace, buddy. Okay, I think what I'm going to do...
I think we're going to call it best trail.
Do I throw out a level 3 spell on this?
Oh, fuck.
For shits and giggles.
I swear to God,
Just remember, you're gonna have to fix whatever you bring.
Vulcan is too hurt. Do not do that.
Vulcan is too... lucky for you, the level 3 spell would not affect you.
Alright, just...
It would affect everybody else, though. Well... Yeah, well, it would affect 3 of the people that are close to me.
That's a lot of rats you could kill.
That is a lot of rats. Except I wouldn't be the one killing them. It would be other things.
Oh, no.
He's doing it. He's beginning to believe.
So I guess I'm going
terrible.
to. This is going to be so evil.
This is so awful.
Yep. To take care of the most rats, I guess I have to do level my spirit guardians.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is this even gonna break him out of the trance?
It will,
Does this count as
it will, but
attack?
it doesn't matter because once the target of Spirit Guardians has been set, it can't be changed, so he has to just end the spell.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's
concentration spell.
spirits start floating around me at a distance of 15 feet.
Jesus. Yep. 10, 15. So, yeah, that's all three of your, the big rats over here.
And of course, I have to choose who is affected and who is not. So the two rats, the two real rats are not affected,
Yeah.
and the three fake rats are affected.
Yep. These rats are bastards.
So while you're in this, your speed is halved, and when creatures enter the area for the first time on a turn or start there on a turn, they must make a wisdom saving throw and take damage one way or the other, but if you save, you get half.
Fucking, this is the area of Spirit Guardian.
It's 10 feet too wide.
Is it?
It's going out 20 feet to each side instead of 15.
You're right. Move this back to here. It's hard. Moving it. Let's see.
so do
1,
we need
2,
to make
3.
a wisdom saving throw if we're
North
in?
looks fine, but there was like east and west that were bad.
Yeah, there we go. I think.
I don't know if south
1,
is right,
2,
but it
3,
doesn't matter because it's in the
1,
wall.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. There it is. That's Spirit Guardians. This whole cube here fills with the ethereal images of angels. Of Arathis that begin, just smacking people in the face with ledgers.
Ledgers.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Paper
Paper
cuts.
cuts.
So, yeah, I believe that the three people there, Al, Spider, Reggie, all have to make, what is that, a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That's a 23.
Nice.
I crit.
Double nice. Spider.
I see. Wisdom. That's 16.
16. Al.
Hold on.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep, I know. I know very well. I got a 2
You got a 2.
plus 1.
Oh,
Which is
3.
Man.
Alright, so did 16 pass?
Reggie and Spider
Both passed.
succeeded.
Okay, so
Ow.
Reggie and Spider take half damage and are not slowed.
Yes, it's 3d8 radiant damage.
Right, so you just roll that once. It's the same to everybody.
3d8.
3d8. You don't roll it, he rolls it.
As mean as a shatter.
Yeah, but this shatter keeps rolling.
This shit just keeps shattering until he can turn it off
I'm
as a
going
pre-action.
down. I've already come to those
Especially,
terms.
man.
Well, 2 rolled kind of low.
Don't worry, Leah, they're not all ones. They're all not ones.
They're all not ones.
They're all not ones.
So full damage is 13 points of radiant. So save ones that saved, cut that in half.
6. So 6 damage to Reggie and Spider, radiant, and
Al looks really hurt.
13.
Out. Those are supposed to hit the fucking rats, Desmond.
You're fine.
Down there.
Al's got like a whole 4 HP left. She's fine.
Desmond snaps out of it. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. While he's doing that, he has to use his catchphrase because I
You're
have
right.
a new catchphrase now. So yeah, he's like casting the spell. He's just like, this one's in the books.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
And then he comes to, and he's just like, what's happening?
Turn it off.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
How much damage did Al take?
13 points.
13. I'm at 1 HP.
Oh, I thought it was 4. I did the math wrong.
You have a lot less HP than Vulcan.
I have 1 HP.
I mean, could be worse.
Anything more than 0 means I'm ready for action, baby.
Al would look furious.
Desmond looks mortified. To end that spell, is it a free action or is it an action?
It's concentration.
Wasting concentration.
It's concentration, so it's a free. You could immediately end it if you choose to, once you get your mind back, which is now.
Yeah, as soon as he gets his mind, he will immediately throw it away and let it vanish.
1 HP in a dream is right.
1 HP
You're
in a dream.
goddamn right.
Reggie looks at one of the angels in particular and says, "Fuck you." The one that was like hitting him the most.
It like eyeballs you, opens the ledger, writes something down, snaps it shut, and disappears.
But that one was a fucking cop. Into Arathis.
It was a cop in its lifetime.
Arathian cops.
Oh, okay.
God
So,
damn it.
That's their secret. They're all cops.
After he drops it, he's going to look around. I guess probably see how hurt and how pissed off Al is in this moment.
Vulcan just like gushing, glowing blue fluid onto the floor and hiding at the back. I mean, as far as you can tell, he's the furthest away.
How far is Vulcan from me?
Quite.
Because that's going to depend on kind of what I do for my final.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 feet.
Alright, that's a little too far, unfortunately, so... That is not going to happen. He's going to move over to Al, then.
That could be 5 feet, 10 feet.
He can move just the 5 feet. He just needs to get within range to touch her.
You step forward.
Oh wait, I didn't even. Oh wait, never mind. Why? I don't even need to touch her. This is stupid. But I'll still be within range. It's fine.
Okay. Do you want to move or not? Doesn't change much.
I don't need to move.
Okay.
I'm going to use healing word.
You can't. You cast Spirit
this was a
Guardians.
spell.
Spirit Guardians is a
sorry.
full spell. You can only bonus action spell.
I just saw
if it was a
bonus action. I
cantrip.
thought I could do it.
No, that's true. That is
I
still
haven't played
one of the rules.
spellcaster other
No,
than
it's true.
Paladin.
I mean, and also, like, we've been playing BG3, and BG3 is different.
God damn it, BG3.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he'll walk over to Al then to, provide some kind of support.
Moral
think she
support.
wants to.
You just walk up and, like, put a hand on her shoulder.
She gives you the biggest stink eye.
Yeah, pretty much.
You motherfucker.
That'll be his turn.
This one's in the books.
This one's in the books!
Gonna have to figure out how to change my
I'm good right there.
redeems and add this one's in the books to
So
it.
you're just standing there, chilling. You have your hand on her shoulder.
I mean, there's rats next to us, so I might have, like, patted her on the shoulder and then, like, made sure to stay ready for in case, like, any attacks from the rats.
She's got, like, one rat latched onto her ankle, the other one latched onto her ass. Alright, new round.
All these fucking things next turn, I'm dead.
Vulcan, you are top of the order. 2 rats remain.
You fucking morons keep attacking each other, god damn it!
Are you still red-eyed?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And he's going to use Cure Wounds on himself.
How much HP did you have left?
Vulcan, he was down to 10. He took 41 points of damage.
Oh my god, you are so lucky I decided not to use Guiding Bolt on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Get that, rat. Alright, what's the play, Vulcan?
He's gonna use Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay, so do you stab yourself with the tail? Is that how that works?
No, with him it's gonna be different. He just kind of like concentrates and his wounds start to seal up.
Some sort of internal injector.
Some sort of internal repair mechanism that starts rebuilding
I feel like
its
he
plates.
should have a hole that his tail inserts into and heals him.
He just starts sucking. Wait. Anyway, so you cast Cure Wounds on you cast Special Artificer Cure Wounds on yourself and begin to heal, begin to repair.
Great.
Any movement or bonus actions? Or are you going to be keeping your distance?
I'm just gonna stay here.
Okay.
That's gonna be my turn.
Reggie, the memory of that very upset angel is fresh.
You better run.
That's right.
What are you,
Back to the
Killjoy?
astral with you.
And then
are you?
Reggie's like looking up as he says that, and then turns down to one of the rats that he sees and says, "You damn dirty rat." Like, it's very clear he still has beef with the angel, but like he's trying to pay it off. So I am going to roll a deception check against God. That is a what's my plus? My plus is 11. That's a 25 to lie to the angel.
As far as you know, they bought it.
Excellent. And with the "you damn dirty rat," I am going to vicious mockery that rat. So if it could make a wisdom saving throw.
Perfect. Wisdom saving throw with my wise little rats here. That is a 7.
That will fail.
That
so
fails.
if it could take 2d4, which is going to be 5 damage.
5 is enough to kill it. You now know that they have 5 or less HP.
It is psychic, if that matters. I hope it doesn't.
I did not build them. Like, I appreciate that, and it's an interesting thought. I did not build them with a resistance or an immunity to psychic damage.
Okay, cool.
They were already kind of
I realized
awful.
after saying I was using vicious mockery, and then
Yeah.
I was like, well, that could have been a terrible idea.
It could have been, but I think they're already pretty nasty. They don't need to be immune to anything.
Now let's roll that int check that I really wish I had waited for the 14 on die for, because I would have succeeded then. So let's roll a different die and hope that I also roll a 14 on die. Well, that's a 10 on die,
Famous
which is
one.
less than a 14, which would Reggie? Yeah, I will use my inspiration.
Okay, inspiration.
Switch to a different die. That's a 19 on die, which makes it a 24.
Okay, that
Wait,
succeeds.
can I add that D8 to my Cure Wounds from the Bardic Inspiration?
It's for checks,
that
right? It's for D20 rolls only?
It is one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Right, so it's D20
So
rolls
yeah, it's a
only.
D20 roll.
Okay.
All right, so I was ready to welcome you back to the fold, Reggie, but you managed to avoid becoming one of us again. All right.
Just the one left now.
Anything else? Movement, bonus action.
I think that's it, because I wouldn't be able to cure wounds anyone, since that's a spur.
You did use a
an
cantrip.
action, but it's an action.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sorry,
Vicious
I was
Mockery is also an action.
Yes. I was thinking of
I
healing.
was looking to see if I have a bonus. I don't have any bonus action spells.
Okay.
Morrigan's next. I'm gonna give Morrigan. Wait, is. Last time Morrigan attacked? Reggie, I don't know, so Reggie doesn't know. But Reggie knows that she goes next.
Yes. So she may still be mind controlled. She may never have been mind controlled. You don't know. You were mind controlled.
It's true.
She doesn't look like a rat. She looks like Morrigan.
It's true. I'm gonna roll a d20.
Okay.
And on an 11 or higher, I give a Bardic Inspiration to Morrigan.
Okay.
That is a 5. Morrigan does not get a Bardic
I'm
Inspiration.
sorry, Morrigan.
Dang it.
Does anybody get your Bardic Inspiration?
Uh,
Probably
One
not
of
the
these
guy
days
who
we'll get
just
something.
unleashed Spirit Guardians on you.
yeah, I mean, like, Reggie would be tempted to give it to Desmond if Desmond didn't just, like, beat the shit out of him with that fucker of an angel.
I have a rat next to you.
It's true. Twilight gets a Bardic Inspiration.
Alright. Morrigan, you're up. There is one rat left that you can perceive. It is currently latched onto Al.
Okay. Where?
All the way over here. Sorry, if you need me to count squares for you.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up there. Okay.
Yeah. So you're over here, and it's here.
Yeah, but how far away is that?
Is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 movement to get adjacent to it.
Yeah, that's too far even with whip.
Got another spell slot to cast another magic missile?
I do. I think. Let's see how many spells do I have. I have one.
Sorry, you're
I have two more
mumbling.
spell slots. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am when I'm looking at my sheet.
Eh.
Yeah, I have 2 more spell slots, so I can cast another magic missile. Do I have any other spells I could? Let's see. Yeah, no, I think yeah, I can cast another magic missile.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have first level spell slots. I corrected myself from earlier. Got confused because I have second level for the tiefling thing.
Right.
It's the second level. It doesn't use the same spell slots.
Right.
It uses a different thing altogether. Infernal Legacy, so I can only use it once per short rest. Okay, so I can use another special for a magic missile, that's fine. How far away is magic missile? 120, right?
Yeah, it's well within range.
Yeah. I have it written here. Yeah, 120, so that's fine. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. If that's the only rat here, I might as well just chuck all 3 at it.
Chuck all 3 at it.
Do I need to roll?
No, because it's a minimum of 6 damage,
6.
which you now know
Yeah.
they have less. They have 5 or less HP. So you chuck 3 magic missile at it, pew pew pew, and it gets pierced by all three of them and keels over dead, and then you would get to make an intelligence saving throw.
Woo! This is the last one. Hopefully, unless you spawn more of these.
Spawn more rats. Sorry, that was just wave 1. Wave 2's incoming.
Oh, fuck yeah! That was a 20 on die.
Hey!
Woo!
So that's like an 18, right?
No, I don't have that low wisdom. Let me see.
Intelligence.
Oh, it's intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm good because I have a high in intelligence.
Okay, yeah, you're good
so
then.
This would be 22.
22. You make the save.
Yeah, I use intelligence as a spell save, so that's my spell ability. Wisdom is bad, Constitution is bad, but intelligence is good.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, just here. All right. And with that last squeaking, groaning cry, the caves fall quiet except for the regular dripping of water from the ceilings into shallow pools. Combat is over.
So,
That was thoroughly unpleasant.
Yeah, I'm still looking, like Morgan is still holding her axe up, like looking at all of you suspiciously.
quite the fight we had.
Just stupid
Ow,
motherfuckers.
glare.
Ah.
I woke up to the closest one, that would be Vulcan.
It's like a Vulcan
Vulcan's like
is now
cursing
coming
at
out
them
of the
all,
shell.
and then for a second his eyes turn gray, and then go back to blue.
When his eyes are red, does he sound like Vendar?
A lot more like Vendar.
I do want to stress this a little bit, is that as the fight ends and Vulcan is momentarily standing there cursing, when his eyes go gray, he stops moving entirely, looking like he's shut down. And
Yeah,
then
Tin
suddenly jerks back awake and his lights are blue.
Okay. Yo, Tin Man, answer me. Who made you? Vulcan, that's
I
you.
already told you this. I was
Tell me
created
again.
by my father,
Name.
Vendar Draknir.
Good. She turns around and she will walk down to the next in line. Will be. I don't see without tabs. Without you holding tab, which one is closest? I haven't
It'll be
learned
Twilight.
all. Twilight. Okay.
But as you come up there, she's just gonna hold up a hand, wipe the blood and gore off of her face, point at Vulcan and say, "You, magic boy, clean this off."
You magic.
Magic boy.
That's kind of an impolite way to.
He made
to
this
ask
mess.
that.
He can clean it.
No such thing. I am injured.
Okay. Twilight. What do I always wear around my neck?
I don't remember out of character. I know there means some sort of like necklace pendant thing, but I don't.
Is a horn.
Horn. All right. So then she'll say it's a horn.
Yeah. From her mother. You would know that we have a whole
You have history.
into thing. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Everyone gather up, please.
Yeah.
Um,
I keep making my round. Let's see where people are moving. I'm getting disoriented.
Are you going to
I
gather
was
up?
kind of just sitting against the wall.
Well, I mean, you're gonna miss out, but Desmin is going to start casting.
Oh, do I need to be standing for this?
No, you just have to be within range.
Okay.
30 feet, but this is gonna take 10 minutes, so he's kind of hoping everyone's kind of like taking their time to catch their breath, but
Are you doing a healing ritual?
being within range. Prayer of healing.
Yeah, that's the one. never used
Yeah,
that one.
Owl's not going nowhere.
So
Spider's going to see if he can draw the shadow back to him, the one that he sent out.
That's right. That did happen right before fighting. The shadow does glide back to you from down the hallway. Working its way over like a snake made of darkness.
I'm going to
Question:
reabsorb it.
do I see this?
I think that everybody that it has to pass by, which is the entire rest of the party, is going to see this moat of blackness trailing wisps of black cloud behind it, snaking its way along the ground and heading toward Spider, yeah.
Yeah, and I did see him sending Death Shadow away.
Right before the fight, you saw him create it. Like,
Good. Then I don't need to ask Spider anything, because that has to be him.
yeah.
I also figured that out with Desmin. The spell is casting. It's like, okay, that should be fine.
Turn to the spider and be like, so not that way then.
No.
I'm more confident that you were right. Because Spider had said, which south,
South?
right?
Spider said that south was the way that he thought you should go, and that's where he sent his thing.
And he was like, I am now even more confident that you were right.
Yeah, Reggie. What was the name of the guard you left with yesterday?
Oh, Nigel. Yeah, we'll find him again. We'll find him.
I don't care about finding him. I just want to make sure that you are you. Let's see. I think that I'm missing someone. Al. I don't know what to ask Al. That one is tricky.
Seen, like, these types of rats, have we ever seen these before, or are they something new?
I don't think this group would have ever encountered them personally, but there are lots of rumors about the things that can drift through the in-between. And I think that people suddenly losing control of themselves and vanishing into the tunnels is a common rumor, a common myth about the in-between.
I mean, I'm gonna need to tell Steven.
Who is Steven?
you mean Steven?
From the work crew that
Steven.
broke into the... Steven.
Where's my document?
From the work crew who opened up the tunnels over here. They're going to be doing work over here, so like, if there's a bunch of these fucking rats, then they should know.
I have to change the spelling.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. So Al Morgan asked you something only you would know when you gave an answer. I can't come up with anything.
Steven is a hell
I
dwarf.
think all the blood would be enough. She's pretty fucked up, and I don't think a rat would be able to survive that.
So could that rat that was in disguise.
Well, yeah, except when you shot that rat, it turned out to be one of us.
Yeah, I think we should all be good. I don't like these shape-changing things.
I think it was more of a mental manipulation.
Meaning?
You were mind controlled. I assume.
Yeah, I don't like that any much better. Can we please move on? I want to get out of this hellhole as quick as possible.
Can everyone just really quickly put their passive perception in chat for me?
Perception, that's wisdom, so mine would be 10. It is wisdom, right? Or is it intelligence?
Yeah,
I think it's
wisdom's for perception. I just
Yeah.
want to see a listing of people's passive perceptions in chat. So
What
that I
does
can...
it say? Oh, right, I have proficiency in perception, so it would be 13.
Oh.
tempted to have Reggie make a comment about assholes using like things to control people's minds,
So
knowing
passive-
full well that Reggie does that.
Passive wisdom's 10 plus
10
modifier.
plus whatever your perception score is.
All right. Yes, Vulcan is not very perceptive.
Not wise.
Oh, that's gonna make a change.
Vendar did not build in his primary curse.
He was good at other things. He got intelligence instead of wisdom.
Yes.
I just read Ari writing all passive perceptions. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, so all of us have the 17 positive.
I just
Nice,
need
thank you.
Al, Vulcan.
Hi.
Oh no, I got yours. Never mind. I got Al. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5,
My
6,
eyes
7. Okay,
are
that's
getting a
everybody.
little blurry,
Okay.
so I read double.
All right. So as you're here and Desmin is casting his spell, you're listening. All of you are a bit on edge, trying to make sure there aren't more of these things coming. And as far as you can tell, the vibe, the aura of the tunnels around you has returned to this sullen quiet. There's just the breathing of the earth going on. You can hear the creaking of small amphibious creatures in the wet pools around, and the groaning of stones, slowly shifting over years as the roots of mushrooms pierce through them. But nothing violent seems to be headed your way at this time.
Desmond, can you walk and cast that spell?
Well, I need 10 minutes. So we're about done.
Okay.
I believe Spider is in range, unless he wants to get closer.
Spider is
Yeah,
exactly in range without moving.
Oh, good. The spider was going to examine one of the rat corpses.
Sure. Roll me an
Just to see if
investigation
there's
check.
anything. Investigation. Did I-
Everyone should get back 17
Ooh,
HP.
ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
That
Nice.
doubled my
And I'm
HP.
back to normal.
By the way, does anyone help me clean off, or is Twilight left to do that herself?
How insistent
I'm
are
not
you that
touching it.
Vulcan help you clean off?
That's a 9.
A 9. With a 9, as you examine this rat, it looks largely normal. Like, you notice a few protuberances of the scalp, that perhaps something has blistered around its cranium. But other than that, it looks like a normal rat that has been killed. It's got head tumors for some reason.
How much healing, Alex?
17.
17.
Thank you.
So Twilight, how insistent are you?
No assistant, just asked if anyone
Well,
offers
like
to
you
help
came
while
up
she
to
is
Vulcan
trying
and
to
said,
just
"Clean it
get
up."
the last parts.
Are you insistent that Vulcan help you clean it up?
She won't be as rude about it as things go on, but she was fairly direct about it originally, because, you covered her in rat gore.
It's true.
Vulcan does not have any prestidigitation, but he will offer to spray you down.
I can prestidigitate. Does anyone else have any messes or any clothing that's in a bit of a state after a rat tried to crawl up their legs or anything that they need want fixed? And Reggie
My
will
trench coat is
prestidigitate and
coated in
and
My blood.
whatever.
Twilight was looking not half bad for somebody who took a full shotgun blast of eviscerated rat to the face.
3 eviscerated rats, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4 of them.
Plus friends.
Yes, there's 6 things were blasted in that. 2 of them were Morgan and Spider. The other 4 were rats. So, did more than harm.
But yeah, Reggie prestidigitates, mends, whatever anyone wants prestidigitated or mended.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
All right. You get the Prayer of Healing, all of you, 17 HP. Reggie prestidigitates a few things. You've spent about 10 minutes in total after the battle. And, which way do you want to go now? South or north? Or back east? Rats did attack you from all 4 directions.
Going backwards isn't productive. And I'm fully with Spider now about the direction to go, so unless Spider has changed his mind, I want to go that way.
We are going south.
Yeah.
So long as it's not west, I'm happy.
West
You
is
don't
no
think you
longer
can
an
go west?
option.
Where am I?
All right. You head south. I need tokens. I'm done.
Wait,
Right, that's where it was. Tokens. Not you. No. Now, up you there. Sure. There. Elf. There. Human will it be?
The third from the left.
That one looks pretty unassuming. It's got a hammer, but we can ignore that. It's just like a carpenter's hammer. Yeah, I think that works. Alright, and this guy's name is noted in this document. No, in this document. There it is. Right. Alright, just quickly rename this guy. And let's see. I apologize. Taking a moment.
Oh, in case it needs stating, Twilight does collect her thrown daggers and whip from earlier.
Yes, you can get your dagger back. Alright, so you move slowly down the southern tunnel. Again, on edge for more threats, given what you just went through. Carefully listening to the sounds of the tunnel. And it is as you approach where the tunnel seems to open up into a larger cavern that you begin to hear the carried whispers of humanoid voices in the dark. How would you like to handle that? You know that you are approaching the place you are supposed to meet this group. These people are clearly talking quietly, but still loudly enough that you heard them ahead of time. They could be who you're supposed to meet.
Twilight is going to sign that we should stealth and see if we can hear what they're discussing to know if they're who we're meeting.
Reggie will sign stealth in these tunnels is difficult when I need to have a light to see. It's clear
And
that we're
stay back
approaching.
here.
Like, I'm looking from these tokens' perspective, and the lantern light is like reaching the end of the tunnel.
Still
so
visible, yeah.
They can kind of see it.
Alright, then I guess probably just go out.
Probably, I guess if you get that close enough that happens, which makes sense, that could happen, that the talking that you're hearing, these whispers carrying to you, are going to die off, and you're going to hear as one shushes another. And then there is silence. Heavy silence, though. Uneasy silence. The anticipatory silence of someone waiting for something to happen, which does include all of you.
Hello there.
As, Twilight... Whoops, I didn't mean to move that thing. No, my giant mushroom.
It shook the ground when you placed it.
I made it massive, so... reminiscent of Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
As Twilight breaks stealth, calling out to them, there's going to be a brief pause, and then as a torch gets lit, illuminating a copper-scaled dragonborn. Let's call it, actually, a bronze-scaled dragonborn. It's more orangey than copper would be. And he's going to call out, quietly still, but a stage whisper, "Ho there, A-Team."
Had we been given some, like...
You were
back
told
and
that
forth
the acquisition team, one of the acquisition teams, was in charge of this, but you weren't given names on them. I imagine that there is some familiarity between the different groups, but there's enough separation that you probably only know of each other by reputation. And given the variety of your team, and the fact that you're top dog in your syndicate, most other teams are going to be more familiar with you than you are with them.
Can I make a history check with the Dragonborn to see what I know about this person.
You may.
If I know anything.
You may.
Also, were we given any kind of call and response?
It would make sense if you were. I hadn't thought about it. I was thinking about it just now. It's probably... No. It wouldn't be good if it was always the same, because other people would eventually figure it out. Let's just say that you were.
Yeah, we were, and we can use it.
Yeah, you were.
That's a
Alright, then
16
she'll
for
start
history.
her half.
Yes, and they return the correct follow-up. So, what was that, 16?
16 history
16
for
history.
knowing what I can about this particular, team.
Okay. You, at this distance, after he lights up his torch, you do recognize this Dragonborn. You've probably exchanged a few words over pints back at headquarters, but I wouldn't say that you are friends, close by any stretch. However, you are aware of Shiroku and his team, comprised of Baird, the dwarf, and Vera, the elf. You know that they do primarily operate more distantly. They're they're for remote acquisitions, operating primarily outside of Volinar. So you see them much less frequently than any other team, but they are hard partiers when they get to be home.
Reggie will smile after the exchange is all finished, and say, "It's good to see you guys so close to home again."
Vera is going to return the smile and say, "Yes, it happens infrequently enough. We'll see if Tiger's Eye lets us stick around a while. Not going to be able to move them together without moving the mushroom."
The mushroom also moves. New part of the acquisitions team.
Our newest member, a giant mushroom.
It's the muscle.
We call him Gus.
Tristan,
The Gussel. Yes.
Call him Mike.
Mike.
there's something I've been thinking about. Because last time you asked if the tavern was ran by Morrigan. or
Yes,
if
I
it
did
was
ask.
just- Yeah, I've been thinking more about that. Is it too late to say that it is?
It's not too late.
Because I think that actually would fit her very well, especially since I considered making that corner in the tavern like her living room. It will make sense that it will be next to the bar.
Sure. So obviously she's not running it when she's out, so she's got people to help with those periods of time, but yeah. Whenever she's not on mission, she can definitely be operating it. She can be its proprietor and primary operator, all the time.
Yeah, I would have other bartenders hired, basically, to deal with it. Basically hired, with quotation marks, since it's part of the Syndicate's safe house, it's
Mm-hmm.
of Syndicate members that also do it. So. But income goes to the bar and not to the people.
Yeah. Barrett is going to speak up as they move out from beneath the mushroom and say,
But the reason I asked now is because if these people have been hanging around in bars, is there a chance I would then know them from that?
yeah. Like I said, they're hard partiers on the rare occasion that they're back in headquarters. So you definitely know them as people who are ones you got to watch out for because they will drink too much and make a mess.
Okay.
They're good people, of course, but they're away from home enough that they kind of cut loose when they get to be back.
Yeah.
They move in a protective formation around this unarmed human at the center, who definitely doesn't look too happy to be there. He's not trussed up beyond having simple bindings around his wrists. His legs are free to move. He doesn't appear to have any armor or protective gear, simple clothing, though you do note that some pieces of the clothing look like they were intended for colder climes than you find yourself in here. There are beads of sweat across his forehead as he looks disinterestedly upon the assembled group. And Barrett's gonna say, "You're probably gonna wanna tell this one to keep his mouth shut. He can be chatty, and the tunnels aren't the place for it."
I'm surprised you haven't gagged him then.
Oh, it was nothing a few good blows to the back of the head didn't solve. Alright, it was quite a few. He's a slow learner.
Did you guys happen across any rats during your journey? Good number of them at any time?
Not metaphorical, but like literal rats he's talking about.
Shiroku says, "Not more than the usual number. Is there an infestation that we should be aware of?"
I've had a couple run-ins with a large amount of rats. One just happened to be before we met.
I'm not entirely sure they're actually rats. They could, mess with our minds.
They looked like rats after they were dead, and they looked like rats before they were dead. So, I mean,
But what kind
I
of
feel
rat
like
would
for all
do that
intents and
shit?
purposes.
Nah, that ain't no rat I know of. They may look like rats, but those things are something else.
They were some kind of special rat.
Just be careful.
Yeah, the elf is going to, put a finger across her chin thoughtfully before saying, "Well, the Underdark is commonly a place that nasty creatures such as aberrations tend to set up their little hidey holes. Perhaps it's something like that. If it was messing with your minds, all the more reason to suspect."
No wonder the drow bailed this shithole.
I'm sorry, did what to this shithole?
Bailed, left.
Oh. I'm not sure the drow ever really inhabited the in-between. It's simply not directly connected. It's a higher strata than the Underdark. And usually these tunnels aren't carved by the purple worms that carve the others.
Yeah, fine. Thanks for the info, smartass. Well,
Say that to
yeah,
her?
That was helpful.
She looks really taken aback, and I think that the dwarf is going to put a fist in front of his mouth and cough, potentially covering a laugh, where he says, "Oh, perhaps we'll see you back at headquarters sometime later this year."
Yes, thank you for bringing him this far. You guys head
Yes,
back
thanks a lot.
and...
No, hand him over. We need to go.
Take care on your way back to base.
Yes, you do the same. If you see more of those rats, that definitely seems like something that should be reported.
Yes,
Yeah, that-
will be in my report to the Tiger's Eye.
Yeah, so Morgan isn't hiding anything here, so it's very clear even from a distance that she's extremely paranoid and shaken at this point, and you seem very restless or just wants to move. You can see the tail twitching.
Mm-hmm. The dwarf's gonna step forward and slap the human, across the shoulder blades, reaching up to hit him in the back, pretty hard. The guy stumbles forward and goes, "I'm going." The pleasure was definitely all yours. With that, the acquisitions team, not wanting any more confrontation with Morrigan, is simply going to dip their heads towards you and begin heading toward the tunnel they came from.
The question: Do the guy that we got, does he look like a captive? Like, does he have like arms tied or anything?
Yes, his wrists are bound, his legs are not. He has no apparent weapons or armor. He is wearing clothing that is not entirely suited to the warm environment here. It looks like he might have come from someplace cold and was not allowed to change.
But I did say they found him at Ebengard or something.
They
Right?
did say that, yes.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Great. So, you chucklefucks are the ones taking me to the drow?
Fortunately so.
Yes, that is correct.
You really like that, though? Working for them? The Dark Elves?
No, we're not working for them. We're working with them.
Desmond, answering his questions when he asks them is a good way to keep him talking, which is a thing that we have been explicitly mentioned to avoid since he likes to run his mouth.
Am I giving him a few blows to the head?
Shut up. Get moving.
Oh, all of
Business,
you are
I'm
drow
sorry.
lovers. Okay, alright, I get it. Drow lovers all.
If we could just cut out his tongue.
No. But we
There's
can
supposed to be
gag
on
him,
hand.
which I recommend we do.
I'm honestly surprised the city's still standing.
We could cut
I'm
out
gonna
his
get a
tongue
small
and
piece
then
of
have it
rope.
regenerated later on.
Yeah, you guys definitely have access to regeneration.
Can you do that?
He doesn't know that.
The one good thing about these Dark Elves is they want me in one piece. Acquisitions team said as much. You can't
I'm gonna get a
touch
piece
me.
of rope, shove one
Vulcan
end into
slaps
his
him on the
mouth,
head
pull
again.
it tight so they can't really work his jaw, and tie it around the back of his head.
We could cut his tongue out and just leave it here. And then they get the one piece of him.
Why are you shoving an end into his mouth? An end doesn't
Not
do
an end.
anything.
It's like the middle of it. Kind of like
Yeah.
a bit on a horse.
I mean, that's better. Yeah, that's understandable. You said the end of it at one point.
No, I said the end around the back of his head.
Oh, wow, huh?
Yep, that really helped.
He's quieter. And he's uncomfortable. I like it.
Can we get a move on?
Twilight, you're in charge of keeping him quiet then. Since you thought up this idea.
If you have a better one, I'm happy to hear it.
Reggie is not laughing as much as Sam is, because Reggie can keep a straight face, but Sam thinks this is fucking hilarious.
Vulcan's gonna whack him on the back of the head.
Oh!
I said, shut
Asshole.
up. They are right.
Forgotten his lessons so
He is a
quickly.
very slow learner. He'll turn his arm into a gun, put it to the back of his head. I said, shut up. Now keep moving.
Oh, yeah. He moves, but he does not shut up.
What happens if I summon the shadow again and just shove it in his mouth?
The shadow is pretty much incorporeal, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
like, summon the shadow, put it in there, and then put the gag over it so the shadow is just trapped in his mouth, assuming it has some corporeality to it.
like what would it... Like, it must feel like something.
It's probably got some, like, we could say that it's got some mass to it, like, you know, like a big old cotton wad, I guess. Dry out his mouth. Honestly, I think this is more cruel and unusual punishment for the shadow, but it's your familiar. Do what you
You
please.
just hear in your head, "Why? What did I do to you?"
Somebody. Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where'd the other 2 go? Oh, there they are.
They never
Still
came
back.
down the hallway.
Because they're not in the program. That was my fault. Alright, so you've got this guy who does not learn quickly. He continues mumbling through the gag.
I have sent you a quick message.
Oh, I see it.
I think Reggie is going to drop behind the guy where Twilight is, so that he can't see Reggie's hands, and Reggie's going to sign. Do you want me to cast Suggestion on him to tell him to stop talking?
Anything to get him to shut up.
I don't think it's worth it. Save it spell slots.
He speaks again, I'm going to shoot this gun in his ear.
Twilight misses it. She seems to be writing some notes down.
We could take some mumbling. It's better than what else can face us in here.
I mean, saving spell slots makes sense. So, we'll see if it becomes necessary.
Alrighty. If you're gonna save the spell slot, then he's probably just going to mumble something through the gag every every little bit, every few minutes or something, as you march him through these tunnels back the way you came, through the gore-splattered portion of the cave where you fought the rats. Which he does show some intrigue in. You see that he stops talking for that little turn, and seems to be like.
And he's like, "Either one."
Yeah. God, that just mushed everybody up. It was terrible.
He has pockets, does he?
He has pockets, does he? Yes.
I'm gonna pick up a couple of the rats and just stick them in his pockets.
Oh my gosh.
That is just cruel.
You know, I'm curious about the rats, and I don't want to carry them in my pockets.
You're just
Did
gonna
I go
retrieve
that
them
far?
from him after you hand him off.
Yeah, I am basically treating him like a bag,
Mule.
like a cart or something.
Like a pack mule.
We have a lot of good track records with carts, you know.
Alright. There is...
Listen, that's not our track record.
There is a little bit more scening I'd like to do with him ahead of getting him where he needs to go, given how close we are to to time. I mean, I could do what I usually do, is like go right up to it and then end, but I mean...
Get some of it done.
It's 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Alright. So... You know that you need to get to the Underdark. That it won't be through the in-between here that you'll do that most efficiently. You are going to have to get back out of this... they're very infrequently really connected to anything meaningful, the in-between. Sometimes they connect to the Underdark, sometimes they connect to other tunnels, but very often they're like, the ways in and out are the ways that water finds cracks in the rocks and things like that. They're largely carved out by lichen and the action of water, as opposed to, as was stated earlier, the action of purple worms that shapes the Underdark. Given that, what that means is you're going to be headed back into the Volinar tunnels. And you're going to be escorting this guy through territory you know. Territory where, you know, it's your home turf, so if he tries anything, you've got the advantage, but also, like, if he manages to look appealing to the wrong person, like, that could also be a problem for you. And I would say that this largely goes fine. You have to cut through the tunnels over to one that is a known, one of the several known access points to the Underdark. Basically, eventually it comes to a bunch of switchback ramps, effectively, so that carts can go down it for trade with the Drow. Where you are meeting these Drow, due to the nature of the extradition that you are enacting, they would not be necessarily meeting you where trade caravans would be traveling. It would be some offshoot shallowly in the Underdark, just, you know, beyond the end of the Volinar tunnels, effectively. Just to kind of get that description out of the way. But I would say that it is, while you are on this hike through these tunnels, doing your best to avoid any city watch from the surface, who have been more sparse ever since the disappearance of the statue. More concentrated, we'll say, on the statue. You manage to avoid them. However, as you are nearing this pathway down to the Underdark, that is when, you know, of course, the worst should happen, and someone calls out to you. A familiar orcish voice. I believe his name was Gulthar. Check here. Rolthus. I was close. Rolthus of the Tunnel Rats. As he calls, you know, from behind you, a ways down the tunnel, but you can hear that steady tread of feet as he and his little squad, his cohort, traipse up the hallway towards you. He says, "Oi, Syndicate! I see you're not in the business of killing today."
Would you like that to change?
Oh, not this asshole again.
Oh, I don't know. I've brought at least as many as you've got, and it looks like you've got something rather more important to protect. I'm feeling lucky, let's say. So, seeing as you all don't want to lose your charge and get in trouble with Mummy Tiger Eye, I'd say you have a couple of options. We could fight, and you're quite skilled. I'm sure you'd take out several of my men before we manage to kill your charge and embarrass you in front of your mom. Or you could pay us to leave you alone.
Twilight's going to speak up and kind of address his flunkies. Is mere embarrassment worth some of your lives? Is that gamble you like to take?
I don't know, Twilight. I think a couple of orc tusks would look very nice on the bar.
You see, he says over his shoulder to the others, they use threats like these when they know they're outmatched. They're hoping to scare us off, rather
Need
than...
a lot more to match us.
No,
Spider is
I
going
have to do my
to...
time than you.
Where is my... Spider will draw his rapier and point it at whatever that guy's name is.
Rolfus.
What's his name again? Rolfus. And it'd just be... Oh, no. We will not kill some of your men. We will kill you.
Again, not before we kill your charge, who is conveniently trussed up as an easy mark. I think as he says mark, you're going to hear the clack of a crossbow releasing. And a quarrel is screaming its way toward your charge.
I don't have...
I imagine this leads to initiative in a fight next week.
It could. I wanted to see if anybody had the ability to intercept it. It's not a killing blow, that's for sure.
What do I have?
But it will definitely hit your charge.
What do I... I just want to see, do I have anything... Pictures... Sneak attack, use heads, cutting actions, city aims, skirmisher, driverist.
Yeah, I don't... Unless I can, like, strike the bolt out of the air, I have nothing I can do.
I think that we'd consider that a possibility.
I do have my rapier drawn.
You do, it's true.
I also have my axe drawn.
Because you
She's
would
been
always
very-
have it drawn while you're in these tunnels doing stuff?
No, but after the encounter she had earlier, she hasn't let go of her axe
Oh, that
at
makes
all.
sense.
During the discussion with the other team as well, she had her axe in her hand.
Alright, then the two of you who definitely have weapons out, I would say, please make me an attack roll with the weapon in your hand, and if you can meet or beat the roll that his archer made, I will let you deflect the bolt.
Well, I got a crit.
Oh, okay. You definitely beat. I didn't roll a crit. I rolled high,
Yeah,
but not a crit. What did you get, Morrigan?
Oh, no, it's definitely not gonna be enough. It was a 9 on die, so that will be this is just an attack roll, right?
Yeah, an attack roll with the axe.
That will be 16.
16 total. Alright, yeah. So you take a swing at the axe, but it's a heavy weapon. Your hands are still just a little shaky from everything going on. It manages to get past you, but the rapier comes up, thrusting along the axis of the quarrel and pushes it aside. It bounces off the bell pommel of the handbell of the sword and plinks into the wall. And as Spider places himself in front of Garrett here, you're gonna hear him go throw around his gag as he realizes that was gonna strike him. And now we will adjourn to next week and decide if you're going to get into a fight over that shot.
Now he'll shut up.
Maybe now he'll shut up. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so we'll pick it up next time and see if the party gets into a fight with the tunnel rats.
Also,
Again.
We're getting
Spoiler
into a
alert,
fight.
the party is going to get into a fight.
We're getting into a fight.
Yeah,
David
it's kind of a given.
Oh, I wonder what's going to happen next week.
They're gonna talk it out and be friends with the tunnel rats.
The tunnel rats are gonna have one
Yeah.
less team in their little.
This is what the
They're gonna
calm
be
emotion
more dead
spell
rats.
is for.
No,
Yeah.
if we end up killing the orc, I mean, Morgan will stay true to her birds. Just saying.
I'm
was
gonna
not
take
allowed.
his tusks and make them into a trophy. Alright then.
To take them while he's still alive.
I go oink oink.
We'll, oh my god. We'll see
Well,
what
this guy's
happens.
not a cop.
We'll see what happens next week then, shan't we? Alright. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you, players. Thank you, audience. I hope you had a good time. And we shall see you next time on Desmond's Creek. Bye, stream.
Nice
Bye,
dream.
stream.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.